Good evening and welcome to Channel 8 Sports and East Brunswick High School Soccer. Hi, I'm John Meggiolaro. I'll be joined by Jim Allinder for the home opener of the 1988 boys soccer season. Jim, before we get into this, we'll pause for the national anthem. All right, Jim, East Brunswick comes into their home opener 2-0 against Bishop Bar this evening. And what do we know about this East Brunswick team?
Well, with a 2-0 record, John, we know that they're off to an excellent start. For one, a lot of good quality people on the team this year. As a means of comparison against their opponent, Bishop Bar from Edison, they both have a common opponent, that being Cedar Ridge. Cedar Ridge knocked off Bishop Bar by a 2-1 score last week, and East Brunswick won 4-1. Now, in their other game, last Saturday, this being Monday night, they knocked off Edison by a score of 6-0. So we know there's good scoring, excellent defense all the way around. A typical East Brunswick team. Now, there is a little bit of a sense of wanting to accomplish something this year by East Brunswick team, John. We all know that about 3 years ago, they made it to this New Jersey State Group 4 finals against Kearney, losing 2-1. And for the past two years, it's been a series of near misses. They finished with a 15-5-3 record last year, have not really being the greatest fall seasons if you compare it to 1986, in which the Bears finished 23-1, and the year before that 22-2. So, really some quality soccer being played here, coached by Dan Haston. I believe he's in his 4th season. See the players being introduced here. And there's a good mixture of experience, some newcomers, but Dan Haston is a coach who likes to resort to the seniors. We see a lot of them. East Brunswick will be dominated by seniors tonight.
Jim, there's a few players that we haven't brought to the Channel 8 audience yet, and they're out because of academic problems.
Right. The top one you're going to see is Mike Benicia, I believe, and there he was just introduced to the crowd. He's wearing number 7. Real power player. He scored 29 goals as a junior varsity player as a sophomore. You mentioned that he was ineligible last year. Another player who's going to be playing this year for the first time is Steve Brunengreiber. He's a senior. He'll be playing in the middle. And I believe we have Mike Karaluski, a junior who's ineligible last year. So quite a few new players, and could give East Brunswick an entirely new look this year.
Okay, we're just about ready to start this game. East Brunswick again comes in 2-0, looking for their first victory of 1988 at home as they open the season at home. 2 games, the previous 2 games being on the road. Beautiful night for soccer. In fact, it's quite buggy.
It really is. I think the other player we got to watch for will be Danny Pepe, number 6. He is also another quality striker for East Brunswick. Benicia and Pepe and Dennis Singletary, number 8, up front for East Brunswick are some fine players. That's going to really go after Bishop Bar in a big way.
We'll try to pick up the Bishop Bar players as we go along.
East Brunswick, John, very deep. They're carrying 18 to 19 players, I believe, but Danny Aston will substitute freely.
All right, the Bears looking to get something going early. As Bishop Bar is trying to put pressure. East Brunswick's at the dark green, Bishop Bar at the red and white. Beatty puts a good foot on it. Singletary, you can see the speed that young man has as he sprints down the sideline.
Now, John, you recall the rule that we talked about as far as throw-ins. Singletary was confined to a rather short space for which to throw the ball in. He veers from left to right on that. The ball will be called to the other side. And let's watch this throw-in. Okay.
Much like in any soccer game, let a feeling out process going on, right?
East Brunswick's defense, of course, is very aggressive, but the Greg Dots, Rob Guzman, number 10. That's number 9, by the way. Eric Kunch, number 12. Len Goldstein, number 19 in the middle. Steve Brunegraber, we alluded to him, number 24. Harry Putash, number 4. And number 14 will be Mike Hussey. Excuse me, that's Tom Hussey.
The Bodak, but honestly to speak of, both these just yielding themselves out early here in the first period. No score at J. Doyle Field under the lights. Bears looking to penetrate that middle.
Khadijah is looking for the opening.
Got a man on the wing. Looking backward, Venezia. Ball still in play and now goes out.
Sponsored throwing jump. Brunegraber's got quite a bit of bulk on him. Let's see how he is on the throw it.
Whistle was blowing. I don't
Could have been an offside.
pick up the call.
Well, in any event, it's Bishop Bar. Okay, that was an illegal throw-in, judging from where the official was calling Bishop Bar to throw it in.
So far, Bishop Bar is keeping right up with the Bears.
Yes, they are.
Don't seem to be concerned about their 2-0 record. And as you would imagine, being a Catholic high school, these players come from a variety of towns.
None of which are East Brunswick go. I have to tell you, we were getting into a habit during the basketball season of calling Bishop Bar, at least the girls' team, East Brunswick West, because there were so many players that went to Bishop Bar that comes from East Brunswick. But looking at the soccer hometowns, it appears that a majority are for Edison, Metuchen, and even a few for Scotch Plains, which is actually out of county.
Bears trying to keep the pressure down at the Bishop Bar end of the field. Got a sprint going on. Get back over to the Daney.
Quit whistle there by the official. A couple times already, John, and officials have a tendency to blow the whistle when they could have let play go on.
That's Brunswick on the move.
There's
Got an opening. Good defensive play.
Almost a chance there, but the defender for Fisher Bar, is that number 9 or number 5?
I believe it was number 9, Richie DeManny.
There's a shot.
Shot wide.
Good foot there. It was Tom Huss Warty.
15-10 left here in the first period. No score. East Brunswick, Fisher Bar.
"20-minute running quarters, as was the case with girls. By the way, John, the girls team moved its record to 2-0 with a 12-0 shutout over Edison this past Saturday.
Singletary trying to cross it.
Shifting
Point kick.
Yep. In that one, Amy Meckelberg and Leanne Swartz, who we saw last week, each scored 3 goals to bring their 2-game total to 4 each. So Lucosa's club doing as well as they thought they should. It's kept alive in there.
And a penalty call. I think it's important that I point out that Jimmy and I are working under somewhat of a handicap. We're having technical difficulties. I say by the goalie, Zarek. And we're not here. We cannot hear each other, so we're just hoping that we're not repeating some of the information. We're working on it. Hopefully, we'll be able to connect, so to speak. Anytime we can still bring you the picture. And East Brunswick looking to increase the pressure, and they're having a tough time with it. This Bishop Bar is really hanging in there.
Oh, here's the last one. They almost had a nice set out there.
Jim, it looks like the strategy is to penetrate that middle. Shot by Denizio.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bears keeping it in the Bishop Bar territory. Looking with the outside, man. And just unable to control it is Pepe.
Bears picking up the attack a little, John. The pace, I should say. Bears should get it rolling now. Oh, this is a good setup right here.
Easy to look in. Nice play looped over, but just a little bit too far for anyone to get to. That was fussy. First period action, no score from J. Doyle Field.
That's good hustle right there. Singletary and also Hussey were able to get in on that play.
Hussey is going to take it to the corner if he can.
Referee will award it to East Brunswick on the throw-in. Nice, though.
And Jim, much like we saw last week with the girls, I think when we continue to put the pressure on, sooner or later, something's going to happen favorable. Absolutely.
Although Cedar Ridge, keep on saying Cedar Ridge. Boy, that was a nice shot.
Good save. Crossed over. Hussey can't make it. Singletary tries to keep it alive. And a save by Pusar.
Right.
Puskari.
East Brunswick trying to keep the ball alive in there, hoping for an errant ball so that they can kick it in. Hussey just missed a left foot.
And East Brunswick pressure.
Oh, dangerous play there. So the Bears will have a kick from that point around the 20. Have to watch the offsides. Well, let's watch this. Interesting where this Brunswick is guarding what they're doing for the Meggiolaro. Oh, there's a play.
And they're going to call offsides.
Well, it was a well-conceived play. Venetia just a bit offside. But he almost had a free shot. And there they come again.
On the attack.
Bussy right up the middle.
Straight down. Now looks for the wing. Pepe trying to keep it in play. Does. And they'll get a corner.
I believe it's throw-in, John.
Throw it.
And substitute coming in for East Brunswick. That would be, I believe his name is Rob Olan. And substitute made just for the throw-in, so this must be his specialty. And you can see it is.
Great throw in. Shot. And it's goal. Number 4. That was Kerry Potash.
Right, and it came off the throw-in. It appeared as though goaltender for Bishop Bar, Kuskarik, never really saw it. He looked like he was screened.
Kerry Potash at 8:55 of the first period.
And as we said, John, constant pressure is what really caused that opportunity for East Brunswick to score, and Potash put it away.
So the Bears go on top 1-0 here in the first period.
And they look sharp.
Bishop Bar yet to mount any sort of serious drive. Really put no pressure on East Brunswick's defense. Bears trying to add to that lead as they come streaking downfield. Good pass.
Look at
Venetia just can't get to it.
Corner kick. Just great hustle. I'm very impressed by Venetia. Just the way he hustles it. Which tries to mix it up in there, John.
One thing we're seeing is some excellent speed by East Brunswick.
That's right. I don't remember that. I don't remember that past couple of years. Singletary, number 8, looks like it will run down the field. Venetia's fast.
Nice cross.
This will be a shot.
Shot. Olin took it. East Brunswick looking to control it. Just gets away from him. But they'll pick it up. Here we go. Zutas inside. Singletary just unable to get to it.
And he was looking to break. And the Bears are going to put the pressure on again. Whoops.
So he was inside the line. He was looking at the football marker.
Well, I'm surprised that the official is allowing him to throw that again.
Look at that throw. I know why Rob Olin's in there.
Oh, good save. Our bodies on the ground.
That was a fast-paced game. Both teams really going at one another. Here's an opportunity for Bishop Bar, one of the few they had this long period. And comes out. No problem.
Hooks his defense over and lofts it up in the air. This is about 55, 60-yard kick.
Singletary trying to control it.
He looks like he's going to get his goals tonight, too, John. The way he's going at it. Singletary. This is a possible chance.
Good defense by East Brunswick.
Oh, that was pretty. That was pretty, the way that defense. Eric Kunsch came back. Greg Datz was there to knock it out.
6 minutes to go here in the first period. Bears on top, 1-0. Jim, thus far, it looks like Bishop Bar is playing for one shot, and that's it.
Well, I think they're a little befuddled about East Brunswick's team speed. The Bears are hustling to the ball a lot quicker, exhibiting as much team speed that I've seen them in a number of years, and that's splitting those great record teams.
Shot, Joe calling for Devaney.
Like the comment by Ann Hastings. So we were taking one moment at a time, one day at a time, not one game at a time, and good way to look at it, Bleak Spurs. Bears not afford to look at, even if they are considered one of the top teams in the Greater Middlesex Conference, which they are every year. However, if there is to be a favorite in the GMC this year, that would be North Brunswick. The Raiders are a quality club, have as good a recreation program as East Brunswick does. They're starting to yield the fruits. Here's a break right here.
Pass. Downfield, Pepe.
He's going to get a
She's got a shot, and it's a goal.
great one.
Danny Pepe at 4:50 of the period.
And I didn't get the assist on that. It came from the midfield. Now, Pepe shows he has speed also, John.
So the Bears on top 2-0. And still time remains here in the first period. You know, Jeff, interesting, you're mentioning taking one game at a time or whatever. And yet these Brunswick finished arguably 15-5 last year. Teams would drool to have a record like that, a high school season like that.
You're right. A lot of those losses, there comes a chance by Bishop Bar.
Shot wide.
A lot of those games, though, were against quality opponents. I'm talking about teams from North Jersey and even South Jersey that are perennially quality opponents. The Westfields, the Carneys. East Brunswick seems to schedule them every year, and I have to apologize for not having a schedule. It got drenched in the rain on Saturday, and that's floating around somewhere. We're going to have to get another one, but my understanding is that here comes a corner. My understanding, John, is that East Brunswick is not playing as many out-of-conference opponents this year. Reason being is there is a limit which a team can play going into the state tournament of 18. So they have to play their Red Division opponents twice. I believe that's 14, leaving 4 more out of conference. And Bishop Art is an out-of-division opponent tonight. They are the white division. So it doesn't take long before your limit is taken up at regular season games. Look at that throw-in.
Olin again. Shot wide.
Look at the hustle.
And thus far, the Bears have looked real sharp.
Oh, there's a nice
pass inside. Ooh. Shot high. That was Kotash. And the shot taken by number 22, Eisner. Beautiful setup. Boyer.
I believe that Eisner's name is Scott. His name is Scott.
That's what we'll call her. So you don't have that program.
We'll try to verify these first names. Maybe tweet that.
Here's a liar yourself there, the West. We're down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds left first period. It's been all East Brunswick.
And I think this is what they're doing, John. They're just taking a little bit of a blow. They've been going at it very hard in this first period. As hard as I've seen an East Brunswick team go.
Excellent. Ball man moved out right there. It's really well spooled.
And they could have let it continue. But Here we go with the hip ball trick. Well, let's see the break.
The whistle.
Offside.
Go the other way.
Goals. Offside on it.
Down to 35 seconds. That's the first period.
There was a little bit of mistake.
Shot. Again, no call for the
I don't believe there's been a true shot on goal spirit for Bar. That's going to be about it, John. Here.
So at the end of the first period, East Brunswick on top, 2-0 over Bishop Bar.
Very, very nice period of play for the Bear soccer team. John, I don't think Bishop Bar is that bad of a club. Sometimes these 2-0 scores in the first periods are indicative of the quality of the opposition, but I think it was more of a matter of the Bears mounting a very aggressive, fast-paced attack, relentless, not stopping, and it paid off with 2 goals sort of in the middle of the period. And the way they're going, I don't think they're about ready to stop. I think there's going to be some more scoring.
Well, they pretty much had their way in that first period. While Bishop Bar really put up a strong defense. Well, initially they did, and I thought after a while that it just penetration to penetration. As we said, something had to give. It did result in a goal, and once you get one, sometimes it's like the floodgates open up. And East Brunswick has dominated. It's not even close.
Certainly have, and this is a good indication or good illustration of a top-notch offense being the best defense. The defense really didn't have too much trouble handling any pressure the Bishop Bar tried to apply. They just simply kept the ball into the East Brunswick side or into the offensive side, and that was all they needed to do. I've been impressed by a couple of players so far. I think Isha really shows me something. The throwing, Rob Owen, although he wasn't really involved in the scoring, was able to launch a rocket right into the middle.
All right, the Bears coming out for the second period, looking to add to their 2-0 lead. Very warm, unusually warm night tonight. A fairly good soccer crowd here. And here we go, start of the second period. East Brunswick going from right to left now on your screen. Looks like they have their starters back in there. Singletary.
I'd like to put a clock on him.
I'll tell you, Jim, he has cat-like quick.
He scoots. He really scoots. And I think the East Brunswick team could probably develop, or already has a couple of plays in their repertoire, where Singletary just sort of takes off. Good move there.
Cross. Anyone there? Singletary could get a foot on it. Shabar clogging that middle. Interesting to see if East Brunswick changes their strategy and starts to go out to the wing.
Hit cross by Mike Bartman. 13 is playing. East Brunswick already choosing to arrest few of their front liners as he pussies. Plus a well deserved first. That was a good play by East Brunswick right there. They purposely moved up on the ball after it was shot so that it could have been an offside call here. There looks like a chance here.
Asia. Bookie.
Somebody's open in the middle there.
He's going to take it.
That's Pepe open right there.
Shot. Just wide of the post. You just joined us. I'm John Meggiolaro with Jim Allinder. The home opener for the East Brunswick High School Bears. And they're on top 2-0 here in the second period. We have 17 minutes, 45 seconds to go.
How about collisions out there? Like as a classic case of good defense. Get ball out of there, control it. And Bishop Bar player down on the side here on the 20-yard line. Don't know whether he's winded or whether he took a shot. Bishop calls timeout.
It's number 22, Kevin Ewing, Scotch Plains, 3-year starter for Bishop Bar. Led the team in assists, and according to his coach, appears to be a big college prospect. Coach being Michael Haney. And the young man has shown us some good hustle tonight. Oh, Puka. I believe that's how you say it.
Well, I was corrected. It's Kraputchka. Actually, Krapufka. There's an ep in here. He's a Czechoslovakian descent. I would say again, Krapufka. Oh.
How much you call it?
Well, my wife's Slovak. That's why. That was easy.
How about with Keisha?
Or Pepe.
Or Pepe.
Oh, look
Good
at this.
pass downfield.
Just a beautiful pass there.
Asia has it, can't get enough foot on it, it goes wide right.
And if he took a look around, he probably could have had set it up a little bit before. He had a lot more time. Only one Bishop Bar defender back. He probably could have developed a little bit of play right there. And Venetia is just going all out. I am surprised he is not more winded than what he is. Looks like Cussies and Kerry Potash are about ready to go back in. I would be surprised if Venetia got a rest.
A little cushion going on. Against East Brunswick. Ball on Pepe.
Stop right there. Nice pass, John.
Yeah.
Spunts are pounded Bishop Bar. Every time they get close to the ball, man, they end up with subs. William Graver leaving, and also number 11, Bob Lola, our throw-inner extraordinaire. EBHS still,
Still fight.
but he got caught with a push there. Cap started playing that block. Stress out of there.
Rolling by Rob investment. Something out. Looking at Jake here is that the issue of Bishop Bar.
Well, they're not able to keep up with these Brunswick.
Yeah, these young men have been playing defense for a long time in this game. And it's starting to take its toll, I believe. It's a warm, humid night. Here comes Singletary. Right up your fight. And then hustling having it, you send off the Bears. Too much. So let's balls.
Cup down at the field. Push.
Potash, senior.
Well, the goals were scored, speaking of Potash, at 8:55 of the first period, and then another one added by Pepe at 4:50. That's where we stand, 2-0 East Brunswick. 13 minutes to go here before halftime.
Oh, look at that move by
Nice
Singletary.
move by Singletary. He's got the speed to take it. And a beautiful pass. Can someone catch up to it? Pepe trying.
Look at the hustle. And if there's one thing that sort of stands out tonight, with respect to East Brunswick, it is they're just going at it 150%. I think the question is, can they keep this going for 4 quarters? No one doubts that East Brunswick has a lot of talent. You wonder this early season whether or not these players are conditioned to keep this pace. Here they come again, John.
Shot. Pepe. Boy, sound off that defender's leg. We could hear it up here. Bishop Bar players are walking. They've put in a full game already. This period's not even over.
Well, it's you mentioned it's hot and humid tonight. Extraordinarily hot this time of year.
And here come the Bears again. Good pass from Potash.
Well, Dan Easton was going to sing up Paola for one of his patented throw-ins, but Slate Potash is going to get it.
Not a bad throw in there. No one in goal. Good play by Bishop Bar.
Goaltender seemed a little to use that. Out of position, yeah. Fortunate for him.
I guess in a way, Jim, something could be said that the Bowl of Crusher East Brunswick's putting on. I mean, the Bishop Bar defense has only given up 2 goals. Singletary trying to catch up to it. Goalie comes out.
My recollection, John, is fun. 4-1. See the radio, 6-0 nowhere.
Alluding to the fact that on board Bishop Bar, we've got tall action on their case, but it's only 2-0. Yes, I said a goal for them puts them really back in this game, despite what we've seen thus far in the field.
It could, John, the way East Brunswick is playing tonight, goals could come in bunches. I think that's the way it's going to even out there.
And that's kind of been the extent of Bishop Bar's offensive game.
They haven't even close to serious threat.
But they haven't put any passes together. They're really just taking wild kicks at the ball.
All right, you will see goaltender Jay Devaney. Yeah, line dry.
No, I think the up-to player for Shuar seems to be running. But number 16 has entered the game stiff. Wins. It's honor. Lord. 4 years started up. Go.
Down to 8:45 here in the second period. Bears on top 2-0. Bishop Boyer has yet to have what should call a legitimate shot at goal. Where does Bishop Boyer rank in the light division?
How are they ranked
As a team, right?
as a team?
Considered
Well, you have a number of quality clubs in that division. South Plainfield is just a program. I would say they're probably in the middle this year.
whistle, offsides.
Well, it seems like a spread that supposed to develop, break that bar in terms of offensive thrust, so technicals. Let up field goes it offside. Yep, goodbye. It ain't.
John, noticed that East Brunswick was not playing in the same kind of contest I was before. That may be purposeful.
Yeah.
You can only go at the speed that they were going at first period of part of the second. You're gonna see bursts like you're seeing right now.
Where's Pepe?
Singletary's open in the middle.
He's calling across. Singletary can't get a foot, but Benicia
And it's still alive.
blocked, but East Brunswick still. And so offside is going to be called.
That was almost a good chance there. It's a nice feed into the middle.
We're inside of 7 minutes now, second period.
East Brunswick to the ball. First every time.
And we'll see if they turn it up just a bit here now.
And look at develop play. It's right to the middle. Oh, and the
Gosling dropped it.
East Brunswick player happened there, and there were plenty of from around the ball.
Buscaric just dropped the ball.
Held the call. There's another possibility.
There's keeping it alive down in the Bishop Bar end. Nice pass to Pepe in the middle. Shot off the hands of the goalie. And over the top.
That was great. That's just sort of putting a nice defensive front on, intercepting the ball, and bringing it down to Pepe. With a nice right foot. There's big corner outlet, Jeff.
Mark, you tell from this angle whether it was in or not. Good corner kick. Pepe trying to head it in.
Again.
And blocked by the goalie and knocked over the goal, actually.
Well, actually, the goaltender didn't touch it. The high bounce off an East Brunswick player's head, so it will be a goal.
Should point out that the East Brunswick varsity cheerleaders are here as usual. I better point that out.
Dedicated crew if they lie.
Inside of 5 minutes left, second period. Brunswick holding on to their 2-0 lead.
Whoops, there's another throw in from the football in line.
Yeah, we don't know if you can see it on your screen, but the soccer field is outlined in yellow, and obviously a football field in white. A few times, some of the players have mistaken the field.
Singletary is out now, John. And really, the only frontline player that hasn't had a rest is Mike Padisha. And I believe... Okay. Oh, that was a nice header here. And here comes Pepe.
Pepe, all by himself. It's him and the goalie.
Oh,
And he could not get a foot on it. Kind of overran it.
he did, and it was a nice opportunity there. Was successful the first time, if you remember. But it's kicked out by Bishop Barr. And I believe the Bears get about their fifth corner kick this half.
Going in the front for East Brunswick.
Foot race. And a questionable ball there. I thought that Tonic had a nice stab at the ball, but was called for the watch.
Good hustle by the Doc.
Throw it. Comes Kepi. See what he can do. East Brunswick has to watch offsides.
Good throw. Venezia with the head. And saved by Puskarik. He's had a busy night.
John, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to, I believe it's 2 weeks from now, when the boys and girls will play their counterparts for North Brunswick in a doubleheader. North Brunswick has a nice girls team. They knocked off what I thought was going to be one of the better teams in the Red Division, Madison Central, by a 5-3 score. And then the boys, as we mentioned before, here comes Angela.
Play right. Got it. Shot. And just wide. And just passes. Mark point out that number 22, Scott Eisner, and number 23, Matt Tharney are it. As well as Jim's friend, number 2.
Go ahead.
Give it a shot. Here you go. We're down to 1:15 now, second period. East Brunswick looks very sharp thus far. You can understand why they came in 2-0 into this game. Look at that passage. Beautiful.
And somebody, Venetia's open in the middle. They get it to him.
And if you're Danny Hastings, you have to be happy with what you've seen thus far, Chip.
Runegraver, believe. Oh, look at that ricochet. It's about to row it.
Past 30 seconds. Something that could push one in.
Right to the middle. Should get a shot here.
Followed by Venezia.
Still alive. And where are they going to call?
Corner.
Corner. It must have gone out of bounds.
Potash had the shot. It was blocked by Puskarik, rather. Venezia took the shot. Ball was, let's see here, knocked against the pole. Little confusion.
Trying to get some a shot off
5
here.
seconds. Here they go.
Let's see. Bang.
And that'll do it. So at the end of one half here, J. Doyle Field, the Bears on top, 2-0.
Very spirited half a play, John, by the East Brunswick team. I have to tell you, I haven't seen East Brunswick play nearly as many times as a lot of these dedicated fans have. But there's no doubt in my mind that this is about the fastest team that I've seen go East Brunswick Field.
June, I think you have to be pleased with the style of play. Not only had they demonstrated speed, but really exquisite passing, looking for the open man.
And they don't give up.
No,
You know, there's so sure. I think that's an important aspect of the team. Sometimes they'll give you that burst of speed, then they'll end up, well, you know, okay, we get a good shot off, and then they start walking back. This team just keeps the pressure on.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back with the second half of this East Brunswick Bishop Bar game in just a moment. All right, Jim, we quickly start action here. The second half of the game, East Brunswick on top 2-0. I don't think there are many changes that Coach Dan Hasty would have to make at this point or consider making.
He really doesn't need to. I think East Brunswick will just be looking for a continuation of what they did the first half. And his pressure up front. That's Bishop Bar.
Their first legitimate shot on goal was really blown dead.
Right. If it wasn't for the offside, that would have been their first shot on goal. Again, the referee's whistle stops play where it could have been a continuation. Brunswick now has an opportunity to set up. Skull.
There's Singletary, that speed. I don't know what adjustments you make if you're Bishop Bar's coach. I mean, they had not mounted a threat in the first half. And yet they played their hearts out. I mean, hard, determined ball, but they just don't have the horses that beat.
Look at that goal.
And let's see what we got here.
Okay, yellow card being presented to number 5, Bishop Bar. That because of an intentional push on an East Brunswick player, attempt to injure. There'll be yellow card. Fly do is that char?
Oh, that's the end of any.
Will we out? So East Brunswick will get a kick from there. That point. Benny will take rest. Raber. Beautiful play.
Somehow the goalie comes up with it.
Yeah, he made a stab at it at first, didn't get it. 3 East Brunswick players right in the goal now. And almost like Kirsch will be called for a push. Did you see that one, John? Same thing. As soon as Bishop Bar lit off with a shot, East Brunswick just moved forward. Very clever play. And it's off to the races again. That ball will have to be removed from the field. Work.
Singletary. Oh, yes. He was there.
Bishop Bar player, 17. Stom Allinder just swipes it off to the side.
Ball up in the air.
For the hustle. Sponsor.
One of the stronger players for East Brunswick, Great Cup, that's at number 9. Very solid defender. Not too many people are going to get fast tip, Jared. He has the ball, right? And a legal throw it.
Substitute baggage bar.
Oh. And here come Bears.
That was a press play.
Good header by Singletary, John.
Again.
Almost was able to
And he's still after it.
needle it through. Look at Greg Detz come back, retrieve that ball. Singletary has to get back on side here.
Does.
Just outs out. He's got it.
On a foot, wrong direction.
Right. Mid air that one. A header. Look at that pass to Venetia, to Pepe.
Trying to squeeze it through. Oh.
Still alive here. Look at this hustle. This is another one of these offensive bursts by East Brunswick, John. Looks like they're going to put it on and try to get a couple more goals here. Venetia is going to race to it.
Goalie's out. Good play, though.
If Michael had just been able to get a little bit more left foot on that, probably would have been able to find the goal before the Bishop Bar defender. As it is, East Brunswick will get probably I believe it's its 7th corner. Nice header.
Well, so Jim, I'm surprised the score is only 2-0.
Well, soccer's that way. You could be beating your brains on the goal and not get anything, and then all of a sudden you get a couple easy goals. Secretary to give it a go. Hey, Grunegraber's going to center.
Good cross.
East Brunswick should have a shot here.
Asia. Then Bishop Bar clears it. But back to Singletary. He'll take the shot. 3 points anyway. Through the uprights. And we have 13 minutes to go here in third period.
For the last 5 minutes, it has been nothing but East Brunswick punching the ball forward, trying to get off a clear shot. That is a shot by a tired player. Our goal kicked it, wandered aimlessly up of bounds. You could tell that East Brunswick takes in soccer seriously here. These are the type of conditions which probably make other teams slow down. That's probably the case for Bishop Bar, but East Brunswick just continues to put the pressure on.
Oh, for Bishop Bar. They had trouble with the throwing. Towed him in around the ball.
Oh boy. In the way. push off hole on Bishop Bar. Leads Brunswick will have kick out 1-5.
Birdie, Graver.
Bishop says set it up third. That's a play. It's Brunswick. Burgess on the goal.
EBHS. I'm sorry, it was Hussey. Just couldn't control it enough to get the foot out.
However, East Brunswick getting another corner kick.
Hussey will take it.
And keep your eye on Anisha in the middle, number 7. Pepe's breaking in now.
There's Pepe. Tried to dive and kick it at the same time.
And substitutions. About 4 up there for Bishop Bar. So they're putting in some fresh bodies, hoping to mount an attack. And John, they haven't done so tonight. Another goal kick out of bounds. Bishop Bar really having a lot of problems on some of the plays to take Brett.
Not much that needs to be said at this point.
Well, you just watch Bears put on the pressure. Their natural ability starting to show. Actually, have shown all game. So far as done anything.
They were just outmatched.
We also hold on. This game could easily be about 5-6 up. Ball out of bounds. But I think we have Bishop Bar to try to somebody else to kick the ball. Okay.
It's just not working for her.
Soccer stopped their game. I don't mean that as a criticism, but and we heard, John, from head coach Luke Bosa that the girls' team played this afternoon and beat Bishop Bar 8-1. Surprising that they actually gave up a goal.
Shot wide by Vernon Graver.
And we understand that Amy Meckelverd had 3 more goals this game. Well, it was either Amy or Lisa on sports, yeah. Nevertheless, the Bears break their record count 3-0, firmly establishing themselves as the team beat Middlesex County this year. Goza says that Bishop Bar was not that bad of a club. Here's a break.
Offsides.
Indonesia pleading case, Philip Bell. Was close.
No, it's just McCall, as you said.
And Michael hates to watch it, so source. Did not like to hear it. But they made adjustment, Paul.
I do want to remind our audience that in a few weeks, East Brunswick, both boys and the girls, will be taking on a very good North Brunswick high school team. Right here at Jake Doyle Field, it'll be a doubleheader. And if you want to see some exciting play, we suggest you come on out and watch these two teams.
John, that could be the 2 games of the year, the regular season at least, as far as East Brunswick is concerned. You mentioned North Brunswick. It's an excellent program. And imagine, if you will, a team that is as aggressive as East Brunswick is tonight, you get a sense of what kind of game it could be.
Down to 6-10 here in the third period. Bears on top 2-0. It's been that way since this first period. Where Potash and
Singletary goes down.
Pepe
But
scored.
he keeps it alive.
Shot. And a save. The shot by number 10 has robbed de Guzman. And interestingly enough, the Bears haven't scored since the first period.
Blake could continue, but number 2 from the Bears, I believe that's Bufka. If I can keep it alive.
Not much action going on. A yellow card has been flagged on, let's see, number 6.
Is it up, Pepe?
And it was Danny Pepe.
Okay. What takes a rest? And Howard Scappin to replace him. He's a junior frontliner. And
It shows the promise on your.
something to mention about East Brunswick. With this sort of reunification, if you will, or of the seniors, this crew played as freshmen 19-0 at Hammersholt. And to be reunited as they are, they know nothing but winning.
Bishop Bar will have a corner kick. Rather rare occurrence for them tonight. Nice kick. Good foot. Danny came out.
Best opportunity for Bishop Bar yet.
That's really been their first real opportunity they've had. And quite honestly, may have changed the collection of this game around a little bit. Because the Bears are holding on to a rather tenuous 2-0 lead, even though they've outplayed Bishop Bar. But a goal can really motivate a team, change things around.
Plenty of time, Dad. We're only in the third quarter, John. 4 minutes left. Of course, near side official here. When all is East Brunswick on blocked, so Bishop Bar will get a free kick from 35. Trying to set up.
On Soro. All locks. Offside.
We're laughing because East Brunswick just runs up.
You think they picked that up by now?
Well, you can see. Bishop Bar too tired really to do anything about it. You notice that the Bears like to exploit this near side here.
Why not? Yeah, Singletary if it really move with that ball.
And to give her a go. Beautiful pass.
Forward trip on this bar.
And it's like Goldstein was a little slow there, Olsen. Yeah. Okay.
His leg is bandaged. It's right thigh.
Still Greek wall.
Cross in the middle, no one there for the Bears.
That's taking it all the way here. Still alive. Looks like an East Brunswick player is in the middle here.
That still has it.
Mind you, he's a defensive player. and Benicia caught on the offside. I'm sorry, it was a push.
1:50 to go here in the third period. We're back to Devaney.
And East Brunswick will slow it down. That was their offensive thrust with this period, it looks like. And unless they get a good opportunity, I think they're going to be just set, John, to just wait this period out. Oh, here's a possibility.
Good cross. There's Singletary. Shot.
And number 13, Hartman, was pushed. He was just outside the goal area, so it would not have been a penalty kick if that play had been a ball.
Good play by Mike Carpet. Crossing it over to Singletary. And a little too much foot that time by Dennis. Inside of 30 seconds now. This is the third period. Asia.
And East Brunswick's going to have about Hartman's inside the line. And it looks like that's going to do it for this period, John.
All right, so at the end of 3 full periods here at J. Doyle Field, the Bears still hold on to their 2-0 lead as we go into the last 20 minutes.
A continuation of the offensive pressure that East Brunswick applied in for most of the first half. They continue to do that in the third period, and are continuing to outclass Bishop Bar, who just does not seem to have the same type of team speed. They're not getting a lot of breaks. Every time they try to get the ball into the East Brunswick zone, defense comes up, and we've seen more than once that little shuffle, if you will, every time Bishop Bar kicks the ball toward the goal, East Brunswick defense moves up, and a Bishop Bar player is left flat-footed, and an offside is called. So the score is 2-0, but easily could be 4-0, 5-0 at this point. And the front line of Mike Benicia, Danny Pepe, and wingers Dennis Singletary. And I believe Hussey's been involved in a lot of play. Brunegraver, 24, has been a rather big man in the middle. We saw Greg Datz there toward the end of the period, who plays primarily defense. Saw a little bit of an opening and just sort of thrust the ball through. Almost a scoring opportunity for East Brunswick, John.
All right, the Bears come back out for this, the fourth and final period, as we get a glimpse of the East Brunswick High School cheerleaders. And surprisingly, with the play of East Brunswick, the score is only 2-0. Well, let's see if Bishop Bar comes out and goes for broke. I mean, they really have nothing to lose at this point.
I can't imagine what they could try differently, John, except take more chances on defense. And what that could mean is that East Brunswick's going to find itself with a couple of more breaks. Would be surprised if Bishop Bar tries to move it ahead with a couple players that be caught upfield, and there could be some breakaways here.
Push.
Got it. Play continues, John.
So new faces in for East Brunswick.
Fishbar, Trojans trying to mount a bit of attack here. Now let's watch the East Brunswick defense on this, the back line, and see if they don't try to move up like they have before on this kick. And here they come.
Shot. Nothing that Devaney has to worry about. Wide right.
Almost a break there. It's the center, John.
Head. That was Willis, number 21. Unable to make it go.
Bears keep it alive. This is one of those breaks.
There's
It's a great dance.
Stats. Again, playing great defense. Shot. Wide left.
Okay.
Bishop Bar taking shots from what is on the football field 30 yards out. You know, your chances are of making one there.
Including in the other 10 yards in the end zone. That's court record.
Good play, yeah. Jim, at the point of sounding rude,
Could be an offside there. Go ahead, John.
this has become quite a boring game. Your expectations are just taken to such heights over and over, and
Actually, John, this is really what soccer is all about. A series of missed opportunities and near misses. And it's wide, and we'll see scores sometime 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. More often the case than I think East Brunswick fans can become a little bit spoiled by some of the caliber of competition that they play, not having the same type of teams that East Brunswick has, programs. And you will, a lot of times, have wide margins of scores. But here's an indication of a Fisher Bar that is certainly not up to the same caliber that East Brunswick is, but yet they're staying close, and Bears are playing a good game.
shot that's stuck.
Okay,
First we've seen of that.
that will be a goal kick. Normally that would have gone over the goalpost, and they get rid of that.
And there will be a timeout. They'll stop the clock for this.
I don't know how they're going to get this one out. Frankly, that's wedged up there pretty good. There we go.
Devaney gets down. And it would have been interesting if Bishop Board would have pushed that one through.
Exactly. That was another good opportunity for them.
When I said boring, I mean East Brunswick has just dominated this game. And without the scoring, just feels like something is missing.
There you go.
The goalie comes out, makes a decision, and he gets away with another one.
Okay.
Puskaric
Right.
decided to come out and challenge.
Hartman almost made an excellent play on that. He tried to just veer the ball to the right, but just pushed it a little too far and couldn't get himself a shot.
15 minutes left in this game.
But I think you're going to see more of those types of opportunities for the Bears, John, simply because Bishop Bar will try to push the ball forward, and they're going to need to bring more men up front. I think that was Pepe there on the body. substitutions for East Brunswick. Part of the first unit's back in. Or see Singletary at about 5-minute rest. He's in. Nice play by Hartnett. That ball in possession of East Brunswick.
That's played by Dats. I can't say how much I'm impressed by the team speed.
This might be a shot right here. Ball still alive.
There's Singletary. Someone take a shot. And wide.
Shot taken by Harry Botash, who has one of the 2 goals, John, for East Brunswick.
Again, the scoring coming in the first period. Potash at 8:55 and then Pepe at 4:50 of that period. And that's all the scoring we've had up to this point. Pepe had an opportunity, just got by him.
And watch for a yellow card here, possibly. Let's see. I almost thought that was a deliberate run-in by the East Brunswick winger here. That was Alex Gaffin. But free ball. Handball. Whoops.
2-0 the Bears with 12:50 to go in the game.
John, if Bishop Bar is going to do anything, it's probably going to be Steve Wittonic, number 16, that's going to create some of the play. He's the guy in the middle that they look to. He's a 4-year starter. Whoops.
Getting a little crazy now. Bartlett.
Mixing it up with Les Zul. Spelled C-C-U-M. Correctly about here. Some interesting pronunciations. Ishikwara with a chance here.
Oh, sides. What else?
Hat to play.
I guess if you're Dan Hastings, you got to be kind of disappointed at 2-0. I'm sure if we talk to Dan after the game and say, we should have 4 or 5. And if you're Mike Haney, you're saying, hey, a goal, guys, and we're back in this thing.
John, you're right in that 1 goal, Bishop Bar will be in the game, but I really don't see that Bishop Bar is going to mount any important drive here. East Brunswick looks like it's going to do what it has to. They're not going to take any big chances like Bishop Bar will. They will take what the Trojans give to them.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Jim. I think it's a case of at some point you led the team back in the game and you can lose the game. And I'm not being critical of East Brunswick. I mean, Lord knows they tried everything possible.
That was a great save there. Keeping that ball in play. That was by Pepe. Kick save. Now East Brunswick gets a throw in.
And who's coming in but Rob?
That's Ola.
Evo Ola.
Evo Ola. It's over the senior. And here it comes.
Ooh. I got heads there.
Well, they call that one on the East Brunswick player. I'm not sure why. Like a free ball would be.
Ooh.
And a race.
That ball's still alive. Here we go. Score.
Well,
And you call the man.
yes, that is
Tonic.
Tonic. He used his speed that time. And a mental mistake by East Brunswick. That's thought that he would have enough distance to kick the ball to the goaltender, but with Tonic's speed, was able to get there before goaltender Devaney. And John, you prophesied right. Bishop Bar is back in the game, 2-1.
And I think you're going to see a little bit of renewed energy on the field now by Vishbar. Good play by Watonic. Hung in there, fought his way for that goal.
He has excellent speed.
Let's see if this does anything to the Bears. See the Bishop Bar players now with the sliding tackles. Something we did not see in that first half, but actually for 3 periods.
Nothing like a goal. Here comes Colin's throw. I was going to say nothing like a goal to renew some fatigue.
It's now 2-1 with 9:40 to go in the game. That goal puts a slightly different perspective on this. Shot.
All the scoring, John, for East Brunswick in the first half.
First period.
First period.
And pressured by the Bears. Shot. Save. Ustarik shows a little foot of his own there.
That just puts a foot on it, just wanting to keep it forward. East Brunswick's going to have to play as aggressively as they did in the first half. All right, here's a chance.
Oh, it. Rossi.
Oh, kick. So an off Singletary. Couldn't get a good foot on it.
Action has picked back up in this game. Bears continue the pressure, and that's a deliberate handball there.
And just outside the goalpost, goalie area, so it'll be East Brunswick kick. That was 3 feet from being a penalty kick there for the Bears. Interesting that Mike Venezia is on the sidelines now. East Brunswick could use his offensive potency.
Shot. Over the goal. That was Dats.
And Venezia now entering the game.
7:20 to go.
John, the block's starting to become a factor now.
I see a Bishop Bar player down. I don't know if he's hurt or just trying to catch his wind. No, he appears to be hurt, obviously. Clock is stopped at 6:31. Well, Hostler will come over to assist where he can't.
And it's often the case in sports such as soccer, cross country, will trainer, but the host team serves as trainer for both teams.
I don't see they see Gil Hostler attending to Penny in any one particular area. Assessments may have quit knocked at her.
But yeah, but boy.
A man is still down. You know who that is?
I'm trying to get an identification by its hand.
It's rolling over now. That's Witta.
Yes, it is.
Number 16, who has played very well tonight. Very hard game. Scored the only goal thus far for Bishop R.
Right, if you remember, he leapt off the field in the first half.
So Oslet.
All right, play Will Wazoo. 6:31 to go in the game. East Brunswick holding on to a 2-1 lead.
Not sure what the rule is and whether if play is stopped on account of an injury, if that player has to leave the field. But, yeah, he's out. Okay. Bishop Bar surely could use Whittar. Tonic.
Pepe coming in from the backside. Singletary shot. Wide.
Just wide.
It's like the old backdoor play of basketball. Almost worked. Nice play, Venezia. And Puscara comes out with the save.
Well, I was going to see play, John.
He's played much better this second half.
And Bears push off.
See now, here's an opportunity for Bishop R. 5:30 to go in the game.
All right, Bishop Bar is going to have a rather close-in shot. Direct kick.
It was a handball call.
Appears as though Bishop Bar players going to try to pound it.
Whoa, just wide. Devaney gets a hand on it to kick it out to the right. Close one there, Jim. It was close.
And I know the Bears would like to score another goal, but at the same time, they have to be a little cautious that the Trojans don't get the type of break that they did that scored the first goal for them.
Inside of 4 minutes. Clock now obviously in favor of East Brunswick. That's a midfoot on it.
See what the call is. It's on Bishop Bar, so East Brunswick will get an in-play direct from right there. They'll try to set something up. Looks like Hussey's going to be the one to shoot.
Number 14. Clock running down inside of 3 minutes. They loop it over for Pepe. Pepe goes for the corner off the pole.
And Singletary keeps it alive, John.
And he's wide left. It's been that kind of night for East
It
Brunswick.
really was. That should have been a goal. Danny Pepe with a clear shot. Well, you're right, John. It has been that kind of a night for East Brunswick. And
Or kick.
Right. That right fullback has been taking dead aim at the sideline all night. Oh, it's off an East Brunswick player, so Trojans retain possession. And they're gonna be desperate now to try to push something forward.
Well, again, they need to, with under 2 minutes now left in the game.
Tunisia, John, trying to push it.
They're pushing it to Pepe. Offside is called.
Meanwhile, clock starts to run. More kick. The Bears could have been called for offside. And watch for a break here.
3-on-2. Dots makes the save. Looked like a handball, no call.
Oh. And here's a possible.
They got a 3-on-2 the other way.
By Singletary.
Oh, offside.
And official right on top of that.
Inside a minute. Mr. Barr. Whistle.
What's the call?
Brunswick will take it.
And try to waste time.
30 seconds now left in the game.
Quite a kick there by Devaney.
Beautiful kick.
And again, an offside call. And it doesn't look like Bishop R is going to be able to do it, John.
As we count down the last 20 seconds. Pepe.
Possible chance here on the right side.
Puts it in. Good defensive play by Bishop R. That'll do it. And East Brunswick will hold on to a 2-1 victory. Their home opener here at J. Doyle Field.
Bishop R trying a last-ditch desperate drive here to score some sort of kind of goal, tie it up, but they weren't able to do it. Kind of an interesting game, John. It's hard to read this one. I started out, and I still maintain this is one of the quickest teams that East Brunswick has had quite a few years. I'm not sure of how they compare in terms of talent to the past, but they did look to be on top of the ball. They never seemed to get fatigued, except for perhaps a little bit of a lapse in the third period. Should have scored another goal in the fourth quarter. And although the score will indicate that it was a close game, I think East Brunswick certainly had the advantage of play.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. When you look at the score tomorrow in the newspaper, you're going to say, gee, close game, East Brunswick, Bishop Bar. And in fact, it was nowhere near that. Although, again, the scoring does indicate that Bishop Bar was in the game. Actually, East Brunswick scored in the first period, 8:55. Potash put it in for East Brunswick's first score of the evening, followed by Pepe's goal at 4:50. There was no other scoring for East Brunswick after that. Bishop Bar's scoring came with 10:13 to go here in the fourth period to make it a 2-1 game. And really after that, Bishop Bar never threatened again. They probably had all told maybe 4 legitimate shots on goal. One, obviously, for the goal that they scored. So you got to be impressed with the team speed, good defense. And it was one of those nights where they had their opportunities and it just would not pull in for them.
Right, John. I like this team for the reason that they do have a lot of natural ability. No doubt we should have put Isha on the front line with Dennis Singletary up front. Danny Pepe gives them an offensive thrust that they really haven't had as a team in a couple of years, and I think they're going to get their goals. Those goals are going to come because they do work very, very well together, and as they play more games, they're going to become more familiar with each other. And I look for East Brunswick to have a very, very nice season, typically one of their fine seasons, Joe.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're here for this opener and that we'll be following the Bears throughout the season. And I'd like to thank everyone for watching, tuning in tonight's game. Again, the final, East Brunswick 2, Vision Bar 1. So for Jim Allinder, I'm John Meggiolaro saying thanks for being with us.